Hello! You already save a lot of money every year thanks to our videos, so save on car parts too. Buy them on the Mr. Auto app. Shipping is free.
Turn off the ignition. Pull up the handbrake. Pull on the bonnet release lever and open the bonnet. Open the brake fluid reservoir. In order to change the rear brake pads on your vehicle, you must first lift the rear of your vehicle and remove the wheels to gain full access. Loosen the stud bolts on the rear wheels, raise the front of the vehicle and put in the two-axle stands. We strongly suggest watching the tutorial, raising your vehicle safely before carrying out this step. You will then be able to take off the wheels. Don't forget to slide them under the vehicle. Before starting, loosen the handbrake, otherwise you will not be able to complete the operation. Loosen the brake caliper. To do this, use a 13mm socket wrench as well as a 15mm spanner and remove the caliper mounting bolts. Using the large flathead screwdriver, release the brake caliper from its support and remove the pads. Attach a piece of electrical cable or a piece of string to one of the coils on the suspension spring. To avoid damaging the brake hose, attach it to the suspension using a cable you have already attached. Using a socket wrench and an 8mm Allen socket, loosen the screws on the brake caliper mount. Remove the screws and take the brake caliper mounting off. For the following manipulations, you do not have to have removed the brake caliper mount. You can do this with the brake caliper mount still in place on its support. Using a flathead screwdriver, remove the noise dampening shims. Using a wire brush, clean the edges of the brake caliper mount where the brake pads go. Detach the brake caliper. Put the piston back. For this movement, you must have a brake caliper windback tool. This is a specific tool that will make it possible to wind the piston back, but also to have it turn on itself to reset the self-adjusting system on your handbrake. Put the new noise dampening shims in place on the brake caliper mount. Coat the outside of the new pads with copper grease and slide them into the brake caliper mount. Position the brake springs parallel to the brakes themselves. Put the brake caliper back in place and screw in the caliper mounting bolts. Coat the surface of the disc that is in contact with the wheel rim with copper grease. Don't forget to withdraw the electrical cable or string that you attached to hold the caliper. You can now repeat the operation on the other side. Put the wheels of your vehicle back on and lower it to the ground. Before starting your car, don't forget to screw the brake fluid stopper back in. Be careful. Before using your vehicle again, start your car and pump the brake pedal a few times to bring the brake pads together again. Try to drive smoothly and avoid sudden braking for the first 50 kilometers or so to avoid glazing the new pads. Operation completed.